Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Dev's Kingdom. Grok-3 has just launched and the benchmarks are outstanding. So if you look at the X post, you can see that Grok-3 and Grok-3 Mini non-reasoning models outperform Gemini 2 Pro and DeepSeek V3, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, GPT-4o. For the other benchmark, for the reasoning, the Grok-3 and Grok-3 Mini reasoning outperform O3 Mini, O1, DeepSeek R1, Gemini 2 Flash Thinking. So in the launch event, they demoed two questions to showcase the model. The first question is the generate code for a animated 3D plot of a launch from Earth landing on Mars and then back to Earth at the next launch window. The first question. And the second question is using Pygame, make a game that is a mix of Tetris and would you wallet. The code could be very long. Output it as one file, make it insanely great. So Grok-3 did an excellent job during the demo. And so I wonder, how about the other models on those two questions? So for O3 Mini, O1 DeepSeek R1, which is very, very popular. Gemini 2 Flash Thinking, which is very low ranking in the benchmarks. And for the Claude 3.5 Sonnet, GPT-4o and DeepSeek V3, Gemini 2 Pro. And how are those models perform on those two questions? And those questions are not very easy questions, but actually it's very complicated. So I tested out. It turns out Claude 3.5 Sonnet did the same excellent job as Grok-3, which is very interesting. If you look at the benchmarks, it didn't actually rank very high. For the other reasoning model on those two questions, Gemini 2 Flash Thinking, which has the lowest ranking in here, actually be able to answer the first question correctly. But DeepSeek R1 didn't somehow work. And for DeepSeek V3, you can see those rankings are very high. Gemini 2 Pro, those have high rankings. Also, not able to answer those questions correctly. So let me go to the cursor to show you the result. So let's go to cursor. So I can see that we tested quite a few models. So we did the first question, which is the 3D of Earth to Mars and Mars to Earth question. We tested DeepSeek R1, DeepSeek V3, Gemini Flash Thinking, Gemini Pro 2.0, and Sonnet. So Sonnet did a perfect job. Let's run the test so you can see. So let's do Python, test one Sonnet. And let's go to this generated result. And you can see that it is very, very good. So that's from Sonnet. You can see that it actually, now the spacecraft is on Mars, and then after a few spins, it will go back to Earth. So let's just wait a bit to see. So you can see it is working very well. So let's go to the other question. So the other question is for the Tetris game. So also Sonnet did a very good job, and let's just test it out. So then we can just to see the result clearly. So you can see test 2 Sonnet. Let's run that. So you can see that this Tetris game is very well done, and it is the same as the Grok-3 demo. So okay, so as now you can see that this is a very good job. And let's go back to cursor. So you can see that we also did the test for the second question using DeepSeek R1, DeepSeek V3, and Sonnet. So DeepSeek R1, you can also try it. So basically, for some reason, it just didn't work very well. You can see DeepSeek R1.py, and let's just give it a try. So it didn't really. Oh, actually, let's try the V3 version first. So probably you can see the DeepSeek V3 for the second question. So as you can see that it didn't really work. So even though it actually generated a game, but somehow the game doesn't look right. So let's go back to cursor. Let's close it out. And for the first few tests on the first model, first question, so then you can also try it out. So somehow it just didn't work as expected. So you can see the R1. So it didn't work. And for the V3, for the first question, for the 3D generation, and it didn't actually work. So it's just blank screen. Let me show you. So somehow it didn't not work. So, okay. And let's close that out. And the flash sync actually it worked. So let me show you. It's a little bit different than the Sonnet version, but I think it worked. So let's go back to cursor. Let's also try the Pro versions. The Pro didn't work either. So even though those rankings are very high, so you can see that somehow it didn't work. But that's the test I ran for the questions Grok-3 Launch has demoed on the event. So let's go back to the browser. So now you can see that we tested everything on the DeepSeek. So that's not copies from somewhere, and we tested everything on the Google AI Studio for Gemini 2.0 Pro, and also we tested everything on the Gemini 2.0 Flash Thinking Experimental as well. So the code is copied and pasted from the AI Studio. So that's I want to cover in this video. So you can see the benchmarks actually didn't exactly reflect the result. So but you feel free to try everything also at your free time. Those models are good when you actually use cursor. So cursor has these models like GPT-4o and also O1. You can just give them a try. That being said, hopefully this is helpful. Anyway, I think Grok-3 is an outstanding model. That's something we can see from launch event. So that being said, if you have any questions, just please comment in the comment section. And if you do feel this is helpful, please subscribe, like, or comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. See you in the next one.